Which girl in the class had eaten all the quality streets? Chocolatey Claire. Why did 10 start getting worried? Because 7, 8, 9. Knock knock, who's there? Know me. Know me who? Well, don't you know me? Why did the scientist take the doorbell off his front door? So he could win the Nobel Prize. A man I know was driving along the motorway. His mobile phone rang on the speakerphone. It was his wife. Irving, she says. Yes, he says. You in the car, she says. Yes, he says. You driving, she says. Yeah, he says. Irving, you on the motorway? Yes, he says. Irving, be careful, she says. I'm watching the news. There's a crazy man on the motorway right now, driving the wrong way. Irving looked up ahead. Not just one, darling. There's hundreds. Hundreds and hundreds of them. Why was the archaeologist upset? His job was in ruins. What do you call a teacher who's always late? Mr. Bus. A friend of mine had an emergency. There was a fire in his house. He rang the fire service. There's a fire in my house. Stay calm, sir, said the person on the switchboard. Can you tell me how we get to your place? And my friend said, don't you guys still have those big red trucks? What do you call a cow eating grass? A lawnmower. What's the biggest ant? An elephant. A girl I know got lost in the woods. She called out, can anyone help me? And a voice came from inside her rucksack. I'm your calculator. You can count on me. How do you say the alphabet backwards? T-E-B-A-H-P-L-A-E-H-T. How do you start a teddy bear race? Ready, Teddy, go. How do you start a goat race? Ready, steady, goat. How do you start a plant race? Ready, steady, grow. How do you start a jelly race? Get set. What's the difference between a bottle of medicine and a doormat? Well, one's shaken up and taken and the other's taken up and shaken. Where do frogs leave their bags? In the croakroom. What's the opposite of hieroglyphs? Lower glyphs. A famous spider was talking to her fans, and if you want to know more about what I'm doing, go to my website. I've heard they're going to improve badminton. They're going to call it Goodminton. How did the football pitch end up as a triangle? Someone took a corner. Why was the defender fed up? He was left back in the changing room. What do you call someone who kicks leaves? Russell. What do you call someone with a spade on his head? Doug. What do you call someone who stands behind the goal? Annette. What do you call someone with a bit of wood on his head? Edward. What do you call someone with 2 bits of wood on his head? Edward Wood. What do you call someone with 3 bits of wood on his head? Edward Woodward. What do earwigs sing at football matches? Here we go, here we go, here we go. 2 dads ran in the father's race on sports day. One ran in short bursts, the other ran in burst shorts. What's the best day to buy chewing gum? Tuesday. Dad, what's the capital of France? Sorry, son, I don't know. Dad, what's the longest word in the dictionary? Sorry, son, I don't know. You don't mind me asking these questions, do you, Dad? Of course not, son. Asking questions is how you learn things. Dad, why do you keep rubbing the top of your head and winking? Well, it's to keep the tigers away, son. But there aren't any tigers round here, Dad. See? It works. Dad dashed out the flat on the 27th floor and told the boys, Mikey and Ikey, to be good. When he got out of the lift at the bottom, he remembered he had left the car key in the flat. He called up to the boys. Hey! Ikey put his head out the window. Ikey! He shouted. Throw my key out the window! And Ikey threw my key out the window. A little boy couldn't face going into school. His mum and dad went to work and he secretly stayed at home. He rang the school. He put on a very deep voice and said, I'm very sorry, but Alfie won't be at school today. Oh yes, said the school secretary, and who's talking? My dad, said Alfie. Dr. Spooner was a teacher at Oxford University, but he muddled up the first letters in what he was saying. So instead of saying, "That's a well-oiled bicycle," he said, "That's a well-boiled icicle." One day he was angry that one of the students had been doing nothing for most of the year. He said, "Mr. Jarvis, you've tasted 2 whole worms." Where were the General's armies? Up his sleeves. What's the opposite of cock-a-doodle-doo? Cock-a-doodle-don't. What's green has got wheels? Grass. Sorry, I lied about the wheels. Why is an elephant huge, grey and wrinkled? Because if it was small, white and smooth, it would be a pill. What did ancient Britain say when they saw the Romans arriving? Here come the Romans. Why were the little plants singing Humpty Dumpty? Oh, they were in the nursery. I know a couple who had a child who didn't talk. Of course, he didn't talk when he was just born, but he didn't start talking when most children start. When he was 3, he still hadn't said a word. Same at 4. Then one day, the family was sitting round the table having their lunch, and the little boy looked up, shook his head and said, "No, too salty." Everyone looked at him. "That's amazing," said his mum. "That's amazing, but why didn't you talk before?" And the little boy said, "Well, the food's been fine up till now." "Waiter, waiter, waiter, what's this fly doing in my soup?" "Backstroke, sir." "Waiter, waiter, there are 2 flies in my bowl of soup and they look like they're playing football." "Well, sir, let's hope they play better next week. They're in the cup." "Waiter, waiter, there's a fly in my soup." "Don't worry, sir, it won't drink much." "Waiter, waiter, I'm looking at the menu. I can't see spaghetti on it. There it is, sir, down the bottom. I'll wipe it off for you right away." "Waiter, waiter, will my pizza be long?" "No, sir, it'll be round." "Waiter, waiter, can I have burnt toast, mouldy cheese and water in a dirty glass?" "No, sir, we don't serve that sort of thing in this restaurant." "That's funny. It's what you gave me yesterday." A waiter said, "Now, sir, today's special." And the customer said, "Indeed, waiter, and so's every day." "Waiter, waiter, what's this?" "It's bean soup, sir." "I don't care what it used to be. What sort of soup is it now?" "Waiter, waiter, I'm not eating this soup." "Well, why not, sir?" "Well, I haven't got a spoon." "Waiter, waiter, this egg is off." "Not my fault, sir. I only lay the tables." Rudolph hadn't met the other reindeer before, and he was out with his mummy. Up ahead of them, messing about in the snow, were Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner and Blitzen, but all Rudolph could see was a cloud of snow. "Mummy," said Rudolph, "what's that?" And she looked up at the sky. "Looks like reindeer." The children were going for a walk in the woods to find out all about nature. "There's a robin," said the teacher. They walked on some more. "There's an oak tree," said the teacher. "Now who knows what that brown wrinkly stuff is on the trunk of the oak tree?" No one knew. "Come on, everyone, what is it?" No one knew. "Bark," said the teacher, and one boy went, "Woof." There were 2 eggs being boiled. "Whew," said one, "it isn't half getting hot." "Too right," said the other, "but if you think that's bad, when we get out of here, they bash you over the head with a spoon." "I know an old bloke, his name is Lord Jim, and he's got a wife who throws tomatoes at him. Now tomatoes are juicy, don't injure the skin, but these ones they did, they was inside a tin." What did the dog say to its bone? "Well, it's been nice gnawing you." I saw a dog the other day. It was looking at a sign saying wet paint. Then it did. What's Usain Bolt's favourite meal? Fast food. My cat is very intelligent. When I'm watching videos, she knows how to press pause. Why do they put those signs up in supermarkets that say no dogs? It's because they don't want dogs in a place where there's food. But dogs can't read. Now, it'd be great if you subscribed. That is, you become a subscriber. Look out for the subscribe button. What happens, you see, is that I make new vids every few months, and then I post them up 1 a week for a while. So if you subscribe,
You get to see the new ones just as they come, hot off the press. Ew!